Hello everyone, thank you very much for taking the time to attend today's product demonstration on the air pump series from Sturdy Industrials. Today we have the air pump series of the SA232X, which is a 16-litre capacity, and the model next to it is the SA252F that is in the 24-litre capacity. To start with, we are looking at the feature and benefits of the air pump series. The air pump series is a semi-automatic model which has been certified with MDD-CE ISO 13485 with PED quality system. And it comes with the auto dry using an air pump with the filterization adapting using the 0.03 micron HEPA filters. The protecting mechanism comes to various. One, we have the overload pressure safety mechanism and the overheating safety mechanism. When it comes to the physical protection, that we have what we call the pressure auto door lock, which is located behind the chamber doors, and there is a safety latch. That is the feature of the air pump series. In the case that the machine is being positioned within a barricaded space, we have to ensure that there is a gap from the top, both sides, and at the back at least 50 meters space is available. Moving on to installation, now we look at the power supply. First of all, we have to ensure the power supply is individually standalone and the voltage that is providing is in accordance to the specifications of your tabletop autoclave. In this case, this is a 110 volts power supply, and now we're going to plug into a 110 volt power supply output. Second, we're going to be filling up the water tank. Now, the auto pump series comes with a 4-litre water tank, and then where the water fill is located on the top. Removing the cap, filling the water, and the water quality is recommended using RO water, or alternatively, we have to use distilled water. Anything else besides RO water or distilled water, such as unstilled water, actually may cause problems, such as providing you with less than 100% of sterilization result, and two, that may cause possible damages to your tabletop autoclave. Once the water has been filled in, replace the cap, and now your autoclave is ready to start. Before we start the machine, we switch on the power on the control panel. Next, we will open up the chamber door by turning the handle anti-clockwise when it comes to fully loosen, and then lifting up the safety latch, and then the chamber door opens. Next, we will fill up the chamber with water by turning on the water valve. How to verify that sufficient water within inside the chamber is by looking at the opening window on the base plate, and once the water reaches above the heating rod, that means sufficient water is available. And then we switch off the water valve. Next, we will input the objects that will be sterilized. Next, we will adjust the temperature either to 134 degrees Celsius or 121 degrees Celsius, depending on the object that you want to sterilize. Next, we'll select the sterilization time from 4 minutes, 15 minutes, or 30 minutes max. There's a recommendation label appear on the control panel indicating the temperature for the object either is wrapped and unwrapped and individually the time of sterilization. Once that's done, we'll close the chamber door, lift up the safety latch, turn the handle clockwise right to the end and tighten. Once the handle comes to a tightened stage, that means now your chamber door is fully closed. And simply we'll press the start button and your sterilization process begins. At the end of the sterilization process, before opening up the chamber door, please ensure that internal chamber pressure is at 0. And by verifying doing so, we look at the pressure gauge where the indicator is sitting at 0. In the case that the chamber door, the handle cannot be turned, that means there is still internal pressure within inside the chamber. Now, to open up the chamber door, anti-clockwise we turn the handle right to the end, fully loosen the handle, lift up the safety latch and open up the chamber door, remove the sterilized object. The sterilization process has come to a complete. Now, moving on to the SA252F, the process is identical. The difference is on the control panel itself. Again, before opening up the chamber door, the machine is switched on. We have to ensure that the internal chamber pressure is sitting at 0. Turn anti-clockwise on the handle, fully loosen the handle, lift up the safety latch, and then open up the chamber doors. Switch on the water valve to start filling the water in. As the same, we can verify if the water level has reached the right height by looking at through the opening at the base plate. And once the water has exceeded the heating rod, sufficient water is there. Then we switch off the water valve. Next, the same as we are set either 121 degrees Celsius or 134 degrees Celsius. Moving on, we will set the sterilization time with the analog dial on the control panel. So either to 20, 30, 40 or to the maximum 60 minutes. The next, the drying time, same as the sterilization time from 0, 20, 40 or maximum 60 minutes. And then once that's set, we'll close the chamber door, lift up the safety hatch, turn the handle clockwise right to the bottom until it's fully tightened. That means now the chamber door is closed. There is a safety mechanism here behind the chamber door that will indicate that the door is fully closed properly. After that, simply press start. The sterilization process begins. Now looking at the control panel, we have various lighting indicating either an error has appeared or the process on which the sterilization is at. Either it's heating up, sterilizing in the dry stage, and reaches completion. At the bottom we have an emergency button. In case of any emergency occurs during the process of sterilization, this can be pressed, and then immediately the sterilization comes to a stop. To restart the process, simply switch off the emergency button and then it will continue. Once it comes to the end of sterilization, before opening up the chamber door, please ensure that the internal chamber pressure is sitting at 0. Or otherwise, the chamber will not open with the handle is actually locked. Loosen the handle and turn anti-clockwise right to the end. Once it's fully loosened, lift up the safety latch, open up the chamber doors, and then we remove the sterilized object. And your sterilization comes to complete. Now let's move on to the maintenance of our tabletop autoclave. There's 4 stages of the maintenance. When it comes to the daily maintenance, it's simply using a soft cloth to wipe the exterior casing, the interior chamber, and the gasket. The second stage of the maintenance is the weekly maintenance. The weekly maintenance includes the cleaning of exterior, the chamber, and the gasket. And also we need to check the filter. There's 2 filters. One is the water filter, which can be found located at the bottom of the water tank. 2 will be the drain filter, which is located at the back of the machine on the bottom. We're using an instrument, we'll unscrew it, remove the filter, and this is the actual drain filter that we can use water and just a soft brush to clean all the dirt and the residue that is on the filter. Once that's cleaned, put it back onto the screw base and simply replace back in to the machine. That is the weekly maintenance need to be carried out. For the monthly maintenance, beside all what's just been explained, we also need to replace the RO water and check the water quality source is at 100%. And we need to also change the air filter, which is located inside the machine. Now, how to identify the air filter need to be replaced. Once it's turned all black, that means the filter has to be changed. Also, we need to verify that if a water level sensor is available inside the chamber, it's whether it needs to be cleaned or has to be replaced. Also, just visually to check the heating rod is at 100% quality. Also, we need to verify to check the safety valve. To check the safety valve, that is most important, which we can find inside the water tank. The purpose of the safety valve is to help to overload the pressure, to release the pressure overload and the overheating. How to inspect is using an instrument and simply pull the safety valve outward to see if it's stuck or not. If it's not stuck, that means the safety valve is 100%. In case that the safety valve cannot be pulled out, it's recommended to be replaced. Now it comes to the annual yearly maintenance. We recommend to advise our service engineer to visit your site to conduct all the necessary inspection, and especially the calibration of the pressure and the temperature that your machine is working on. And also to ensure all the internal mechanisms are at 100%. And other thing is that the gasket chamber on the chamber door, that the rubber seal has to be ensured either it's to be replaced or simply just needs to be cleaned. This is important is that because this helps to make sure the chamber door is 100% sealed when it's closed. Now that is the 4 stages of maintenance need to be conducted and carried out on your air pump series tabletop autoclave. Once again, thank you very much for the time to participate, attending to this product demonstration on Sturdy Industrial's air pump series, tabletop autoclave. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact our customer services or your sales agent. Thank you.